Hello to my people. How's everybody doing today? Christy Code Red, author, entrepreneur, retired professional boxer. No, I don't miss it. No, I don't miss it. People say, you miss boxing? No, I don't miss it. That's a rotten way to make a living. It was good for me back then, but I like what I do now. Hello to all of you. You know, I want to talk about something that is something we totally forget. And when you think about it, you go, oh, okay, I can get on board with that. Your pain could be someone else's gain. And it's even more than just a catchy little phrase. Your pain is someone else's gain, like a little rhyming phrase. No, listen. Every one of us have had crap. I mean, most of us listening right now have had crap happen to us. Some of us more than others. I mean, we could go around the room, right? We could go house to house, person to person, and we would have things that we would listen to each other's crap, and we would take our crap when we heard was someone else's. So, look, we can all top each other and crap that's happened to us, and I have had my share of crap. And for a long time, I did not understand this concept, and even though because I am a survivor of domestic violence, I never really realized that is helping. Like, my understanding of that and being able to speak to women who have gone through that's actually helping them. They're like, oh, they'll listen to me because I understand what they've been through to a certain degree. But I didn't quite understand the extent of that, because I would still wish that it never would have happened to me. For many years, I wished, what the heck? Why does this have to happen to me? I was raised in a loving home by loving parents and loving sisters. And what did I ever? I didn't do anything to deserve this. Like, what the heck? I mean, I always, why? In my mind, a few years later, I had $36,000 stolen from me from a man that I trusted. And that was money I was going to save to start my own gym. I desperately wanted my own gym back in the day. And I went through that why thing again, because I had to start over from scratch. And it was just, and so I, even up until fairly recently, I constantly asked, why did I go through this? This is such bullcrap. But recently I realized that my pain has been other people's gain, because I can share that with them and they can be healed from their own pain, knowing that I went through it and here's what I did to get out of it. Here's what I did to deal with it. Here's what I've done to move past it. And now, if you ask me, I am actually thankful for the pain that I went through. I know that's weird and it's kind of sick. I wouldn't trade it. I really wouldn't. And I'm being honest. I really wouldn't trade it. I really do, and I have, honestly, have asked God. I have prayed for the guy that used to beat me up, and I've asked God to bring him to an understanding of what he has done to myself and other women, the way he has hurt myself and other women, and convict him. When you pray for your enemies, by the way, when you pray for those who have hurt you, you're not praying that they're going to get a new car. You're not praying that they're going to win the lottery. You're not praying that you're praying that they will come to an understanding of what they've done and be convicted over what they've done. So when the Bible says pray for your enemies, you really are, you don't have to do that in bitterness. You don't have to be like, pray for my enemies. Really? I don't want him to win the lottery. I had to leave that house in the middle of the night with nothing, okay? So believe me, I'm not praying that he wins the lottery, okay? I'm praying that he will come to an understanding of the sheer vast pain that he has caused myself and other women and children as a result, and come up to the line, and turn from his wicked ways, right? I mean, it's hard. It's a hard prayer to pray, let me tell you, but I don't regret it. I'm glad that I went through those times. I'm glad that I am glad. I'm glad that I was, when the market crashed in 2007, 2008, I lost all my clients in 9 days in New York City. And I lived in a way where I didn't have any savings. I didn't make enough to build up enough. I didn't squander my money, but it was so, any of you guys ever live in Manhattan, it's so extremely expensive. And so when the market crashed in 2000, and for me in 2008, I lost all my clients in 2008. And I was left with I had no savings. I had no way to pay rent. And ended up getting kicked out of my apartment and being homeless. And then somebody took me in. I had slept on their couch, me and my dog. It was terrible. Standing in the food bank line. At one point I used my last serving of meat and gave it to my dog Champ and I went hungry. I've been through those, and I would never trade them for anything. Because as Code Red grows, and as my influence grows, and as more and more people realize who I am, and the more attention I get, you never forget where you come from. That's number one. Number two, I'm able to help more people because I have such a deep understanding of the pain that they're going through. So your pain really is someone else's gain, if you look at it that way. Code Red's We're a weight loss company. We get weight off people. We get 10% of our body weight off of people with a custom program every month without shakes, pills, diet foods, or exercise. Yeah, no exercise. Ooh. So the pain that you're going through with the testimony that you have with your weight loss journey, you realize you're going to be able to share that and inspire other people? Do you realize how powerful that is? What you're going through right now in your weight loss is your testimony. Your test is becoming your testimony. Your pain is going to be someone else's gain. They're going to listen. They're going to see your story. They're going to hear about you. They're going to talk to you. Don't wish away your pain quite so quickly, because it is going to come to help you and other people later on. As weird as it sounds, I really don't regret the crap that I've been through in my life. I did not have a life on just unicorns and roses and rainbows. And I'm so glad I didn't. I'm so glad that my parents made us girls work like dogs. I'm so glad that my dad was a disciplinarian and my dad demanded us girls be respectful. Demanded it. He might cringe. I'm glad, because we're very respectful, hardworking girls. I'm so thankful that my parents spanked us. I'm so thankful that we were forced to have jobs because there was no money for basketball shoes. I'm so thankful that I bought my first horse at 10 years old and I had to make payments on it. I'm so thankful that when I broke down on the side of the road, there was no cell phone or anybody to call. I mean, I know that sounds a little bit like it makes some of you parents today cringe a little bit, but you figured it out. You figured it out. My pain has been a lot of people's gain, and do not underestimate yours. Do not underestimate your testimony. And right now, your test is becoming your testimony. Do not forget that. I'm thinking about you, each and every one of you. Guys, 10poundtakedown.com is where you can go to get help. Join us on a challenge, see what I can do for you. Or if you want to skip to the front of the line, coderedlifestyle.com/programs. That's how you can get a custom program. That's how you can get the weight off like that. All right. Thanks, everybody.